Hello, everybody. Whoa! Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I am your host, your Chantele Francis, here with my wacky co-host. We have
Wacky.
Who are you?
Jojo.
Jojo! Hey! If this is your first time on Reality Realness, well, then welcome to join the party. Make sure you've signed up below. I know it's annoying, but just subscribe. Do it. Just do it. Subscribe, please. If you've never been on this channel, it's all about reality TV and any gossip maybe that goes along with it. Hopefully you have some gossip for me. I feel like you should have some gossip. So
I'll think on some.
We're going to be talking today about Canada's Drag Race for the final time this season. It is the finale. We actually have crowned a queen. What are your overall thoughts?
Great season of Drag Race in general. I think I kind of think that the judges were a hit. I know that they had a big ol'. We've had a lot of issues with what they had to say, but I like that we had discussions about them and it wasn't just boring judgments. I think they were off quite a bit of the time, but not with the crowning of you-know-who at the end of the episode. The episode in general kind of kept me on my toes until I realized that no surprise at who the winner would be.
Well, I mean, they were painting that picture for a long time. We kind of picked that up from the very beginning, that this particular person we found was narrating most of the season.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that they would be the narrator if they were going to be going home halfway through. So we kind of had a feeling that this queen would be final three for sure, if not the winner, from the very beginning. So I'm wondering, okay, this is a little bit of a tinfoil hat theory. If, her being in the bottom a couple of times was just so that it wasn't as cut and dry that she was winning the whole way through. Because some of the times when she was in the bottom, I didn't necessarily think that she was that bad.
Yeah.
And it always felt that there was no chance that she was going home.
I agree with you, but I don't think they were strategic about putting her in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time that a winner has been in the bottom twice and has won the show. So we kind of saw some history made in general with the crowning of Canada's Drag Race.
You don't think that they were trying to make the edit not as obvious?
No, I think the fans just thought that Jimbo was going to be the clear winner. And I think once Jimbo left at Final Four, that's when people kind of had to pick a team and stick with who they wanted to see win. There were lots of people that were in the running, and were all deserving of the crown for different reasons.
So do you feel as though the final three really turned it up?
I do, yeah. I think Bobo's narrative hasn't been the best throughout the season. But she also shares some history with Bianca Del Rio, who is the only other queen who has ever been safe the entire time, never in a bottom tier, and ended up winning the show. Bobo is a strong queen. I just don't think she had a breakout moment to snatch that crown. Though that lip sync at the end, in my opinion, was incredible.
Yeah, I definitely thought that she was the most dynamic for the lip sync. I was mostly watching for her.
Yeah.
I think, though, that we didn't see enough of that throughout the season. Not that I wanted her, I think that she should have lip synced, but I didn't feel like she had a lot of opportunities to really go full out.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is what I was missing from Scarlett. I don't know if I fully know her drag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Feel as though I could see more of her. And I don't know if she's as dynamic as I would like her to be, as she was at least in her final lip sync.
Yeah, I think knowing who Bobo is for the last like 13 years in Toronto, I expected to see a little bit more of her, and I don't think it was showcased as much as it could have been. But that's also circumstantial. It's a competition, so yeah. I don't know. I have a hard time with Bobo on the show. I think she was fantastic, but I don't think there was anything that blew my mind.
Yeah. It's definitely, I don't think it was winner worthy. I think that was definitely top 3 worthy.
Absolutely, yeah.
And like I've seen Bobo live at the Drink, and I feel like she had a little bit more spark. Or sparkle. And so maybe this has to do with having an audience.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something, and like I know as being a performer, and you probably have the same experience, is that there is something that you get from the feedback of a live audience that is really part, I think, of a performance. And so I think that that might be something that all the queens are experiencing, having difficulty of being their full authentic self performer when there's nobody to perform to, or it's just one person in the audience. It's not as easy to go full out for no one. You know what I mean?
You could, like, feeding off of the energy of the audience, like, or finding inspiration in the moment. You know what I mean?
No, like whatever it is, but like there's something about the audience reaction and having that energy coming at you that I think facilitates performance. So that's one thing I definitely felt was lacking in the whole season, as I felt that nobody ever did anything full out enough for me. I need more, like, more.
Really? Because I think Jimbo went full the fuck out often.
Bro, but he can't dance.
Fair. And I feel like there wasn't one performer that I thought, wow, they're incredible at everything. But when I look at the season as a whole, I do think that our winner represents it the best and really was versatile in their talents and what they could show off.
Except for Snatch Game.
Except for Snatch Game.
Honestly, if Priyanka, spoiler alert, she's the winner of the show, or the first season, if she had done well on the Snatch Game, then it would have been a no-brainer.
Sure.
It would have been 100%. I really wish that she did better. I find that she's actually been not great in, not necessarily scripted, but in those kind of character-based.
Her comedic improv, while like incredibly witty as Priyanka, has never been the strongest showcase in a challenge.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if we didn't have a bad Miss Cleo, we wouldn't have had that epic lip sync from her. And that was the one time in the season that I really thought there should have been and could have been a double Chantele.
Yeah, that was the most, I would say, full out people have done. I thought that obviously Kiara got a little bit desperate in that one. Like in the end, she just like, just take it off. I can do anything. Like, got a
let me go
to that point for sure. But I did feel that there was a little more heart in everything, and they meant something for them to be there. And like, that's kind of what I wanted to see in almost all of the performances. What did you feel about the main stage for the finale? I felt that they should have done a little bit more, personally. I thought it was like, it just looks like it looked like the rehearsal, and like they're gonna have like, oh, the big show is gonna come next. Okay, this is the dress rehearsal.
The performance out of the three, the performances, I mean, I thought they were all good. I would say Priyanka's verse was probably the best. But I don't know, like, we know the song so well. It was a remix. It kind of felt like thrown together to me, and I felt like they could have made it a little bit more extravagant.
Right? Like, can I have a little bit of sequins on the curtains?
Something.
Like, the dancers, like, I even know a couple of those dancers.
I did too.
Like, short shorts and like a tank top and running shoes with like no makeup. Like, I want fucking lashes.
Yeah, everything.
Like,
I want 30 bodies carrying them around the stage.
right? I want them to have fucking glitter on their skin. Like,
Especially being the finale of the very first season. I thought they were going to go all out, maybe put it at a different venue, have a big stage. I thought Rue might be there.
That's what I was saying with, like, it just felt like a dress rehearsal, because it's like they didn't do anything to amplify the stage of it all.
Yeah.
Like, there was no audience. It was the same stage that they just did their recording with Jade on, or with what's her name?
Ralph.
I'm like, Jade, George.
Jade, Ralph. Roland.
Ralph. They just did this thing with Ralph on it, and they just, with Brooklyn and Miss Jade Hollywood or whatever, like, they just did the same stage, and nothing had changed about the stage except for the queens should know their song really well, and they have their backup dancers, but it just didn't look like a performance.
It looked kind of like a COVID performance.
or
we have limited dancers, limited time.
Who's this?
Everyone should be in masks.
Do you know who that is?
No idea.
I don't know who you are.
Hey, MNO.
Hi, you can chat with us here and we'll answer your questions. But I would like to have people join the stream that I know. But yeah, we'll definitely answer your questions. We don't mind that. Hi, Dorian. Dorian, do I know you, Dorian? I know one Dorian in this world. Do I know you?
I don't know.
I know one Dorian. He is a musical theater guy.
Ooh.
Oh, not really? Well, just ask your questions here. We can chat. But I'm going to save the live stream joiners for people that I know.
Yeah, I don't want to see any peen show up.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. So, I mean, unless it's yours, I am going to resist. You're making sense. What did you think about what's her name, Miss Brooklyn and Hollywood Jade wearing their velour tracksuits for their teach?
I realized at the beginning of the beginning of quarantine that I don't have enough like comfortable, cute clothing, and I really wish I did. So I thought those were two cute ensembles.
Yeah, I know. It was like make me living like my, I don't know, when did J-Lo come out with like
juicy booty?
Sure, like I was working at Mendocino, and like we used to get I think it was like $5,000 every season to like do a shop within the store, so you'd be head to toe Mendocino. So like I had those like every single sweatsuit that I wore with these like with those those Timberland stiletto
Uggs.
Oh, Uggs! I had the
Uggs too.
First person that had Uggs ever. They were like $500. I remember that, but then we sold them, so I bought them. And like,
I thought you said you stole them. I'm like, good.
No,
Uggs deserve that.
No, I did not do that. I should have.
Stealing. Yes.
In the street, if you can join, it's okay. Just interview us here, like through the chats.
Let it rip.
Yeah, I don't know who you are, so I'm sorry. Like, I would totally be fine with it if we were friends or if we'd met before, but it just doesn't seem right now. But you can ask us questions.
Yeah, maybe another time, Dorian.
Yeah, if we meet after, this point, or we have some sort of conversation, then maybe we could do a little decided, interview or something like that. So, Scarlett was saying that she thought that Priyanka was her biggest competition. I think that's pretty much true. I think Priyanka was everybody's biggest competition. Who did Rita say?
I think she said both of them for different reasons. If my mind is working correctly, but it doesn't always.
Go ahead.
I think she said it was that they both had different reasons as being competition, but I don't know. Rita really started off so strong, and whose best drag was really best? Oh, good question, Phil.
So
hi, Phil.
Hi, Survivor Phil. Whose best drag was really the best drag?
Good question. Priyanka, hands down.
Out of the final three, Priyanka, I would say for
hands
sure.
down.
The reason why I say Priyanka for sure is that you know what you're going to get from maybe a Priyanka show, most likely. Like I've figured out, I've learned who she is, who she's all about, and she showed me that. Rita, I mean, she's of an old pedigree, you know, like she's been around the block. I have an idea what she's going to do, but I'm not really excited about what she's going to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Rita's started off as kind of like an alien queen to me, and I love that. I thought, like, this is really exciting. It's something brand new. She's incredibly experienced. Let's see it. And then after like the third episode, she kind of went back to a dated pageant type runway style. Anything that she came out with that was made looked incredible. That she had made herself, I should say. But I just thought it was kind of I loved her dress, and I did love the reveal into the pants, but I didn't love the green skin with the hair. I thought she kind of looked like a Shrek Adele. All I could picture was Shrek Adele.
Adele is skinnier right now, though.
Still, that's all I could. She still looked gorgeous, but I thought it was Shrek Adele.
I mean, maybe a different color green.
Can you imagine if Michelle Visage had been the host this week? That would have been a nightmare. It would have been. She would have been done. She would have been dead in the water.
Yeah.
With that green, you know, Michelle hates green.
Sorry, I just.
Oh, and to talk about Bobo really fast.
Yeah.
I think Bobo's face is one of the most beautiful mugs that Drag Race has ever seen, to be honest. I think her paint is incredible. I loved her scarlet wig, but I felt like her gown was cool. It was kind of like circusy, with like kind of like a circus tent at the bottom. But I didn't love the fact that it was. I felt like she was wearing it just for reveals, like a reveal's sake.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I totally like I liked the way she looked. I thought that the waist needed to be cinched a little bit more. Like I thought it needed to be a little more like a bam.
And then you realize why.
Now I realize why is that she needed to be able to get in and out of it quite quickly. So I thought it looked pretty good, but I didn't think it was a showstopper in my opinion. I thought her face looked gorgeous. It always does. Her hair looked great. She definitely looked pretty good. And I definitely liked the moment when she took it off and she started doing her tricks and stuff like that. I think that looked great. I just didn't think that the dress itself, I don't think it's just stood alone. So our little friend here, he has a movie coming out called Male Blood. So we'll look it up. And
okay, Dorian, all right.
We will let you know what we think about Male Blood maybe tomorrow. No, maybe Wednesday or Thursday after Big Brother. We'll maybe talk about Male Blood, unless you want to say something about it here, but
plug.
Do you watch Drag Race, Dorian? We're talking about Canada's Drag Race. It's the finale of the first season, and we are Canadian, so hence why we care, and we know these queens. So, what else happened? So they had their one-on-one interviews with Jeffrey and Tracy. How do you think these interviews went in general, or anything that stood out?
I don't remember anything really sticking out. I feel like we might have heard a couple of things during the interviews that we had learned already about the queens. I really wish that they utilized Tracy more this season. I think she's great on the judging panel. Yeah, I hope they bring her back next year, and I hope she's more of a permanent fixture. I also loved Sabrina last week.
Who's Sabrina again?
The comedian, Sabrina Giles, I think I'm not sure her last name. Do you remember the O Canada? Remember the O Canada?
Oh, right. And then yes.
I liked her a lot. I thought she would be really fun. Get a comedian up there. Get Mary Walsh back. Anybody.
Well, what I was talking about with Phil yesterday, we were talking about Big Brother, but then we kind of trickled into a little bit of Canada's Drag Race. And the two things that Phil was saying was, one, that he really didn't enjoy the season because he really disliked the judges and the judging.
Okay.
A fair statement. We kind of went through that a little bit. And then we also discussed the fact that, or maybe I brought it up and he agreed, was that maybe the guest host, I think we've talked about this before, should be the one that provides the teach of whatever the episode's lesson is. So Tom Green in the show, maybe
comedy.
You are the one that does the comedy and, you know, gives the critique throughout the episode about comedy. So then you have some sort of, you know, reference
point sure.
What you are talking about when you're giving critiques about something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, Stacey McKenzie, like maybe she should have actually hosted that week when they had the runway portion of it, because like maybe that could have been the teach and she could have been the host of the episode.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whomever they have be the host, since they're not going to have a permanent host, allow them to be the one that brings their talent and maybe presents their idea of what they would like to see as a challenge for the queens. So what do you think about that as a possibility?
Brilliant. Let's do it. I'm contacting production right now.
We should just do it. Just like production, let's just fix this for them. Do we know anybody? I think Jonathan knows some people in production.
Yeah, I actually know who the showrunner.
Should we talk to the showrunner? I'm not even joking.
I'm trying to get a job, so.
Yeah, I mean, I want a job.
Like, hire us.
Yeah.
I hope Mike Bickerton's watching right now.
I mean, out of the 5
that
are watching right now, I don't know if one of them...
He's at home, like, taking notes for next season. Season 2 notes.
But, like, I would love to be in a conversation about something.
Yeah, I do think they're going to freshen it up yet again. I'm not sure if I think we will end up seeing the same judges, to be honest, unless someone doesn't want to come back. But I think they should add a 4th permanent judge and have the guest judge weekly be there for the entirety of the episode. So we can still have 4 main judges, and then the 5th judge is the guest judge of the week. That's what I'd like to see, because they usually they do go between 5 and 4 on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, and sometimes like I wonder if Stacey is the one walking through the workroom. Actually, it's usually not Stacey, usually Jeffrey or Brooklyn. But like, do they watch the tapes back to see what happened in the workroom? Like, how much information do you think the other judges get for the parts that they didn't actually witness in person?
That's hard. I think that's hard to know, only because like Ru's a producer on the show, so Ru would know what's happening in the workroom, I would be assuming. So I don't know if the judges are as aware of the connections in the workroom or the drama or what's going on behind the scenes as much. Maybe because it's such a small production crew, maybe they do know, but I don't know. Good question.
If I was talking about this with you, another thing that I think is really important is maybe they need to have a mirror when they're teaching these dance routines.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Because Rita was having a lot of trouble. I mean, she also wasn't really wearing great attire. She was wearing like gigantic platform boots and leather jacket and a pleather shirt and a hat. Like she was dressed for the nightclub for sure.
She was freezing, as they all are.
I mean, yeah, like what's her name? Ralph was wearing a full-on like North Face full goose jacket. Like
just get some towels or some blankets and wrap up. Hey, Katie, how are you? Yeah, I think that would probably be for the best.
I mean, we talked about
the mirror.
I find it really a lot easier to learn choreography when my neighbor.
Just my neighbor.
Well, I figured it wasn't, you didn't know somebody by name that wasn't someone that you knew.
Just guessing, like you look like
yeah. Hi, Katie.
Gertrude.
But I think it just would help them learn it better and know what they're doing wrong. Because sometimes if people are not great dancers, they don't know what they're doing with their body, and they just know that they feel awkward. Same with, I was surprised with Bobo. So Scarlett Bobo has a decent singing voice, in my opinion, but she doesn't have any understanding of pitch and tone. And so she seems like she's tone deaf, which is not really a thing. You can teach somebody how to hear the notes. They just don't have any reference points as to what they're doing wrong. So when Ralph was like, you're like, what was like, what? And she was like, no, it's like, what? And so if she had just did like a slide, like, and brought him up there
to it,
start to understand the positioning and what he needs to do with his voice
Yeah.
and what he hears, like he'd start to understand how it all works together. So as much as I think that Ralph is pretty cool, I wish that she had taught him that, because that would make him understand how to hear the notes better.
Yeah, I think it's also all in the editing too, right? We don't know how much. Like,
That's true.
obviously the verse ended up being great, so we don't know if that was the first take that Bobo was taking or what was going on. But I would rather see people learning, and I think that's more interesting to see than the struggle or the drama of, is this going to work out right or not?
Well, you
So
know,
I agree with you.
Decent, but I think that they could have made her even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're right, though. Like, maybe they did get her to get those notes, because I didn't remember it feeling that tone deaf in the actual recording. But I was also still underwhelmed by the whole production of it all. So I was just kind of like,
yeah.
I like that song too. Okay, Phil says, was there any drama that should have been discussed when the returning queens came back that wasn't shown? Do you know something we don't, Phil? Do you want to come on and say this aloud?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was anything that wasn't shown.
I
don't know. I feel like they were probably hanging out there for quite some time, doing an episode of Untucked. I'm pretty sure the Queens thought there was going to be an actual episode of Untucked after Canada's Drag Race, so there would be all this content that was being created. I don't know. I would have loved to see. I don't think Jimbo was as shady as I expected her to be with the final three queens, only because everyone in their left tit wanted Jimbo in the final three.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you thought he was going to be a little bit more sassy about that, but I think she looked so good, though.
That reveal was I mean, we all knew something was coming, but it didn't disappoint.
She's got it, man. She's got it. I thought that Lemon looked great as well. Who else did I really like?
I thought Juice looked nice at the beginning.
Cute.
I loved Alona's look.
Alona looked gorgeous.
Her indigenous, that was
So
incredible.
saddened by Kine. I think I got duped by her, like, her promotional photos, because she's not cute and she's not good.
I was shocked at what I thought, like, is that your grandmother's dress? And you, like, made a little cardigan on top. Her hair looked like her Ursula hair. Remember she wore like this blue silk lily print, like royal blue. Did you drop that in the ocean at the end? Very Titanic dress.
I don't remember what they looked like.
Don't look it up. Don't do it to your eyeballs. Just don't do it.
Are you sure?
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I don't remember at all, though. Okay, well, and also, I love her, but I didn't think Tynomi's makeup was great.
Ooh. I don't remember her makeup. I thought her hair was really cool. Her dress was nice, but wasn't my, like, favorite dress that I've ever seen her in.
Mm-hmm.
It was puffy. It was pretty, and, like, I like the color combination of the eggplant purple and the, like, sheer brown. It was beautiful. It was nice. It wasn't my favorite, but I liked her hair a lot. I thought her hair was cool.
Yeah, I liked her hair and I liked her dress, but I didn't care for her makeup. I guess I always like makeup that pops, and hers was too natural for me. I wanted it more like bam.
Fair.
Like longer lashes, more glitter, like more highlighter, like more very gold bronzer. Like
Kiara looked amazing.
Yes.
She was in that red, like, full, like, it looked like a massive brooch.
I
and her, like, pin straight black hair with, like, the embellished. It was gorgeous. She looked incredible.
That's a look that I can get. You know what I mean? I like those kind of, like, super bright and glittery. Like, I don't know. I just
trying to glitter my eyes. Glitter.
Well, but Phil doesn't want to hang out with us. Why not, Phil?
Jesus Christ, Phil. I'm sorry for missing last night, Phil.
Just come.
I'm depressed.
Yeah, I don't have anything either. Wait, so anyways, you have any tea though? So I heard that Bobo watched the finale at the drink.
Okay.
Bianca watched it at Phoenix, maybe. And I don't know where Rita watched it in Montreal. Maybe at Chez Mado. I don't know for sure.
To be honest, I don't have any tea about who was watching what. I watched it. I didn't watch it live, but I was off my phone, so I didn't check anything. Stayed off Twitter, stayed offline, and afterwards I saw like all the congratulations, and I thought it was beautiful, and I thought people were supporting one another, which I love to see. I didn't see a lot of like people tearing someone else down for not winning. Very similar to last season of Drag Race 12. I expected some backlash if whoever didn't win. But there was just celebration for Jada. Yeah, I was really happy to see Priyanka win.
Me too. I love the final three. I do.
Like from the beginning, from the promo photos, I was excited for her. I think she's a great representation for the first winner of Canada's Drag Race. I think
during 2020, and without them knowing that this is the way 2020 was going to be. So unless they edited multiple versions, and
I don't know if they did. I have a feeling they didn't.
So, but maybe they did, and then they chose the Priyanka win because like.
I don't know if they did. I feel like it would be more exciting if they did, so that I just love the idea of all three of them getting to celebrate and wear the crown and get to experience the win, even though they don't win. I still think it's a special thing for them to get to experience.
I know.
Yeah, I'm really happy for Pri. Say her name.
Priyanka. I kind of remember a couple of years ago being at Cruise and Tango, and she ran through the stage. She was pretty tall, if I remember correctly. I guess in heels as well. I just remember running through Cruise and Tango with like her people, like, come on, like I don't know. I just remember that moment, and whoever I was with, that's Priyanka, and I'm like, who? And like she just won Best Drag Queen of Toronto or something like that. So I haven't seen her in person once.
She's great. She's a great person too. And I love Bobo. I think I've known Bobo for many years. Pri's also fresh. She's 2.5 years old. Like that's pretty impressive to come out that, like knowing yourself that well.
And I think also too, she will be a good person to be able to go to different events and talk. You know what I mean? Like you can rely on her being a good spokesperson. Of being
absolutely. Yeah.
You can count on her saying the right things about certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No Tyra Sanchez up in the joint.
I don't even remember. What did she do? I know she's blacklisted and
she's problematic.
What happened?
Oh, she's just Tyra Sanchez has kind of disowned the Drag Race title. And I'm like, God, I really think Raven would have loved it. So
I mean, Raven might be good to get out of it. Will Casey Jojo be on season 2? That's been choking on us. Jojo.
Casey would come on and just like, I think she would just do the same thing every episode until she was kicked off. She'd be screeching her face off, covered in blood.
You can dance.
I can. You're right. I mean, I did drag for a while. I mean, not by for a while. I mean, for like 5 months of my life, often I should say. And my drag name was Miley High Club. And I had a great time initially, and then not so much after near the end. I don't know if I would go back to it. I don't know. Maybe.
Why would you say, if you can share, that you didn't have so much fun in the end?
I just am not like a person that likes a bar setting till 2 or 3 in the morning. I felt like at that time, the drag community wasn't the most accepting. And yeah, I didn't always have fun. I'd always had fun on stage. I didn't really have fun backstage.
Really?
And I'm also like no drama. I don't do the drama. I don't have time for that.
Time for that.
Yeah.
Time for that.
Not me.
I mean, I think it's such a fun show, though. I wish that I know a lot of shows are geared towards straight women to be able to, the next Pussycat Doll and Star Search and all these shows. So I get that this is a separate niche and that there's a lot of opportunities for women. But I would love a show like this for women to get empowered and go beyond themselves.
I mean, Rue did have it. It was called Drag You, and it was hosted by different drag queens from like seasons 1 to 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and they would take women in and give them drag makeovers, and they can find themselves or find something that they've been missing in their lives. It was a great show, Drag You.
I mean, I see it whenever I look up anything on my streaming site, but so I just have never looked at it. So I was like, oh, what? I don't know what it is. So it's kind of like actually with Drag Race, I didn't understand what it was. So I just heard RuPaul's Drag Race. I was like, what are drag queens like
driving cars?
Cars? Like I just didn't know what was happening.
That's actually what my nephew thought. And then he was like, he started watching it. He's like, I love the show. I'm like, but you thought it was about RuPaul driving a fast car. Like, that's really funny.
I didn't know. I mean, it sounded funny too, but I was like, I don't know if I want to watch that, but maybe I do want to watch that. But I just was confused by it. And so
look at you now.
Season 9. And my friend Elias was like, wait, no, you should be watching it. And I was like, okay, fine. And so I just watched season 1 all the way up. And then I think it was like I missed the first All Stars. I thought I'd seen it, but I hadn't. I just went to second All Stars, third, and then I've been up to date since season 9, omitting season 1 All Stars. But yeah, I was like, oh, big mistake I made here. I judged the time.
Sleeping on it. Yeah, you've been sleeping on it.
But maybe it's because I needed to watch it in like one sitting,
Fair. I think Drag Race has also changed so much during their 13 seasons and their countless spin-offs. The cast of Drag Race Holland was released today. I mean, there is a Drag Race Thailand. That's I think they're doing their 3rd season right now. We know UK,
in Thailand.
Yeah, RuPaul is really selling that name, that brand.
What do you think her net worth is? Let's see.
Well, does it include fracking? I don't know.
I don't know what fracking is.
It's
Did I?
Fracking, it's like how do I describe it? It's to do with oil, owning land that sucking up the oil, I guess. Phil, can you explain fracking to us?
Yeah, Phil, what's fracking? What the frick is wow.
Can you the Wikipedia?
60 million.
60 that we know of.
Well, 60 million, that's what he has in the bank.
Yeah, that's just hanging.
Revenue coming in and spin-offs and stuff like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, the Lotto Max tomorrow is 65 million, so
is that should we go buy a lottery ticket?
I did. Maybe I'm going to be a millionaire.
Well, it's kind of okay, listen, universe, I've put in a lot of work into this lifetime. I think 60 million is at par with what I've put into this life so far. So let's value that and give me $60 million to compensate.
Done. Listen, universe. I said, listen, universe.
Yeah.
Listen to us.
At the end of the episode, I totally cried though when they said, "What's her name?"
Yeah, that was sweet. I thought it was a great ending to everything.
Me too. I mean, I did love it. I really wanted to see Lemon, obviously. I really wanted to see Jimbo there. I know you're friends with Scarlett, and I've seen Scarlett at the drink, but I think I would have preferred to have watched Lemon, Jimbo, and Priyanka.
Ooh, that would have been a really exciting final 3-2. It just really depended on the challenge from the top 6 onwards for me, in my opinion.
Well, because
I think there could have been a combination of anybody at the final 3.
I do. I agree with that too. I just would have loved to have seen Lemon do the dance portion of that. I think that she would have been great. Yeah. I think she would have had a really cool finale dress as well. That would have been a showstopper. And same with Jimbo. Jimbo, maybe he wouldn't have done, or she wouldn't have done that great on the choreo part, but she's just so inventive with like her drag that I did want to see what she had to do more. Yes, Scarlett, I deserve to be there, and she did a great job. But I would have been more excited, I think, by the other two having that final two position.
Fair enough.
And especially since like Lemon won 2 or 3 challenges, you know what I mean? Like, I think that she definitely won enough to warrant her having a spot in the final 3, even if she didn't, do the greatest in the final 4 challenge.
Yeah.
We know Jimbo's best drag would have been epic. Absolutely.
Jimbo.
If his like finale dress or like coming back for the untucked portion dress in the last runway walk was indicative of what he might have brought to the table, or even if that was what it was, like that's what I want to see in a final dress. I don't want to see something that's a little bit oversized so they can rip it off and do a reveal. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I know what you mean.
I don't want it to be just a dress. I want it to be more than a dress. I want to be surprised. I want to be wow.
Oh, I'm kind of depressed now that it's over.
No! I mean, it was great. I loved it.
I am depressed though. It's like we have shit Big Brother.
I'm really depressed.
3 times a week, great.
You might
at least you have Love Island.
Love Island is very good right now. Maybe you should go and do a watch of the last 10 episodes.
I don't know if I have time for that.
I mean, it'd be 11 or 12 hours.
Maybe if I get the flu. Actually, I don't want anything right now, so no.
Well,
I feel like whenever I get the flu, I start something new. I'm like, once a year, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get sick so I can stay in bed for 2-3 days and just binge something in its entirety.
I mean, is there anything else that you want to talk about this episode? I didn't really talk about that much, but nothing really happened. Like, yes, I was feeling for all their moments when they're talking to Tracy and Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I learned a little bit more about them. Kind of going a little bit more in depth about Scarlett's journey and all of their journeys. We already kind of heard these stories already before. They kind of just went even more in depth with them.
Yeah.
So I was happy to see that. I think the one thing that didn't serve Rita was the fact that he doesn't open up, and I think that that's what she would have needed to kind of do a little bit more in order for the audience and the judges to maybe embrace her a little bit more. She still has a little bit of a cold veneer. A little bit, you don't really see her heart fully.
That's fair. I mean, like, she's also 34. I'm pretty sure she's set in her ways. I didn't expect Rita to be on the show and find this journey of self-discovery. For someone that's 22 or brand new to drag, yes, I can see that happen. Priyanka's, I think, 28, 27, 28.
What's her last name? Priyanka?
Love.
Oh.
Well, she's part of the Love family.
Who are the Loves? I didn't know.
Ecstasy Love is her drag mom.
It's not showing me. Okay, I'll have to look it up later. I don't know who Ecstasy Love is.
She's, I think she's Hamilton based. An incredible queen. She does a lot of continental pageants. I think she just brought Pri under her wing, like back in the day, and they bonded. And see, cat. Oh my God, it's a black cat. It's crossing my way.
That means you're gonna win the lottery.
Oh my God.
You have already won.
That's a really cute color, though. Sorry, I got so distracted.
That's okay.
What were we talking about? Oh, Priyanka's mom.
Mama.
Yeah, like, great queen. I think she, actually, I don't know. Oh, I think she won Miss Cruise and Tango Drag Race a couple of seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where she got her footing in the village, and she, like, does it all. She does it all. She's talented beast. Look her up. I think it's XTACY. Love.
I will look her up. Now, one thing though, what do you think? Do we want to take a look at Vegas Review?
Who? What? Oh, Vegas Review. Did it already start airing?
I think so.
Yeah, I have not watched.
No, I haven't either. But would it be something that you'd want to be looking at?
Maybe that'd be kind of cute.
Yeah, I think Jonathan would be into that. Maybe be you and Jonathan. The band can get back together.
The band back together, a little reunion. Yeah, I would love that. Sure, I'll marathon it.
Yeah,
I get the flu and marathon it.
Either. I don't know if Jonathan. I don't even know where to find it right now.
Me neither. I'm assuming on Wow, not Wow, OTV might have it. I'll look into my Rogers Ignite, see what's going on, see what's happening.
Perfect.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess I'll say like my little preamble or postamble about Canada's Drag Race is that I was really, really happy that they brought it to Canada. I mean, there's a lot of bumps and warts and, you know, things that need to be ironed out.
Some growing pains.
Growing pains.
Shit.
And I know we're getting a lot of, you know, bad critiques from queens in the States because, you know, the States just think that they're so amazing about
Have we really?
everything. Pardon?
They've been giving us bad critiques?
Well, some of them just being like, thinking
look around your country.
I know, right? Shut up. You
You're
guys
a mess.
COVID. Sorry, I'm just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
Sorry, Dorian.
It's just
American.
It's true. But I know some people are just saying that, you know, they don't like a lot of the queens and they don't like Tracy. They're like, one guy was just like, who is she? Like, why is she acting like that? Like, we don't need a girlfriend. I hate women that think that they can act like that with their gay friend. Like, they're just
please.
And it's just being that whole like, I'm American, I'm great, and because we had the first one, ours is better. Ours is different. I'm enjoying it for what it is. I'm trying not to compare it too much to RuPaul's Drag Race because it is something different. And I'm enjoying it for what it is. And so I'm happy that Priyanka won. I think that it was definitely a great inaugural season. I'm looking forward to see what improvements that they make, and then also what new queens are going to be inspired to come on the show.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm excited for season 2. So what are your final thoughts on the season?
Yeah, I think they can, I think there's still room to grow production-wise. And I think that season 2 will be fucking fire. I think we're going to get the best of the best still. There's a lot of talented queens in Canada that haven't been showcased yet. And we'll get some newbies that we don't know, which I love. I'm really looking forward to season 2. I'm just wondering when it will happen. I'm assuming I'll do some Google searching because I feel like it should be happening fairly soon.
Now, is there maybe
casting
any queens that you are friends with or that you know of or seen perform that you really would want to see on the show?
Yeah, I'd love to see Baby Bell Bell on the show. I would love to see Jada Hudson on the show. Jada Hudson's one of the funniest queens I've ever experienced in my life. She'd be outrageous. I'd love that. I'd love to see Sofanda on the show, but I'd also love to see Sofanda Cox on RuPaul's Drag Race. I think she is more interested in doing that show than Canada's Drag Race. Who else? Oh, there's so many queens. There's so many queens in Toronto, but there's also great queens on the East Coast, and I really hope that they get a chance to shine this for season 2. Oh, Ivory Towers too. Ivory Towers is Toronto royalty in my opinion, and has been around the block for a while.
Mona Moore is also really pretty.
Mona Moore is really talented. For me, Ivory's so kooky and strange, but can also be incredibly glamorous and gorgeous. That I love that combination personally. I love a comedy queen that also has a stellar paint and can dance and do all that shit. But Mona Moore is incredibly talented, and I would not be surprised if we see her next season.
I would love it. So Phil said...
Vanity Alamode. I love Vanity Alamode. Yes. I would love her to be on the show.
I'm hoping to see Vanity Alamode next year.
Yeah.
I think I know. Did she have a whole family or no? Or is she the only one?
I think she's part of the family, but we actually competed together on Cruise and Tango's Drag Race. We were both on Team Bitch, but I think she also works for the Rainbow Railroad. So she was involved in Drag Race this season. Incredibly talented, stunningly beautiful, great performer. Vanity would be really exciting to have on, for sure. Good job, Phil. Thanks for reminding me.
Phil.
Good old Phil.
Driver Phil. I can't think of anybody else I want to see on, but I am definitely excited that we had this season. I'm excited I got to chat with you about it.
Yeah, me too.
I can't believe it's coming to an end. What else am I going to do on Mondays?
I don't know. We'll talk about something.
Okay. Well,
Done.
do you have any that you're working on right now that you want to maybe share with the 4 people that are joining us right now?
Oh God, so there's so many. The pressure. Anything that I'm working on? God no.
Well,
I have to do.
Finally find you online.
My online shit is Twitter at O'TooleJO, and my Instagram is just my name, Joseph O'Toole.
Oh, I know where people can find you actually. So, our friend Jojo, we are all fans. We're fans of reality television, and it's competitive reality television.
Yes.
And so, since being in quarantine, we both have got pretty heavily involved in online reality games. We actually kind of became really good friends through an online reality game before quarantine, but about a year ago. But anyway, Jojo has been becoming a sequester mini star, him and his alter ego, Casey.
Please.
So, on this Saturday, you can find Jojo playing Winners at War 2 on Sequester Mini with 39 other winners.
Oh.
So if you want to support, I'm going to be watching online. I might even do a stream like this and chat with some friends about his game, maybe.
Okay.
So if you are interested in seeing how mini goes, if you want to see how Jojo plays, to see if he could come out the ultimate winner out of this, I guess it's kind of like Winners of War 3. Like
it's I think they're calling it the Private Winners Brawl.
Okay.
So they're taking war out of it.
Brawl.
Yes. Because war includes other things. So it's just a brawl.
Probably around 5 p.m. it would start.
Yeah.
On Saturday. So this Saturday, I believe it's the 12th, around 5 p.m. You can go to sequesteraccess.com and you can watch this. Well, I'm assuming, I mean, there's so many people, like, I'm assuming that's how they're going to do it on sequesteraccess.com.
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I got some information today officially, but yeah, it's going to be. You know I will. And Phil who's joining us. I won Phil's Facebook Survivor Mini. That's what got me into the private brawl. Yeah, so I'm really excited. It's been a long time since that first private mini, and yeah, gonna throw my hat back, my crown back in the ring, I guess. See who comes out as champ.
You're gonna take the crown out. I'm ready for the new coronation of Jojo.
The Coronation Extravaganza.
So yeah, so that's what Jojo's doing. I'm going to be rooting for him all the way. Probably 8 hours watching him and
actually, yeah,
like,
probably more.
Crying if he gets out before like jury or something. Like, is there going to be like 30 people before jury? Like, what? I don't know.
I honestly don't know. It could be who. Like, don't know. Don't know.
Excited to watch it.
Me too.
For me right now, what I've been working on, today is Labor Day, and so for that I felt guided to offer what my alter ego kind of presents this world. I'm considered your #stage mom, and I work as the law of attraction life coach that uses tarot and astrology to help people level up in their careers. So for the month of September, I've been offering a Astro Tarot life coaching reading. It's about an hour and a half long for pay what you can. So I know people who have been affected by COVID or whatnot. I still want to give people the guidance in the session that they might need or want, and whatever they can afford to contribute for the session is up to them for afterwards. So that is for the month of September. If you want to find out how to do that, any of my social media will have a link of
all of them.
all of them. So go to @ShanFran on Instagram, or even at Reality Realness, you can find it with 3 S's. But anywhere you can figure it out, and I have a link for you to book a session. So do it before all the sessions are sold out, and then there's no more time. And when are you going to get a chance to get a freebie like this ever? So do that.
Fair enough.
Visit Jojo. Subscribe. I mean, if you can't do any of those 2 things, subscribe. Like that.
At least.
That's just nothing. Like this, because it really helps with our optics. Get more eyeballs than 4 in front of us, in front of them. And then obviously ring that bell. Ding, ding. So every time we have a new video or a new live, that you will be notified. So it all comes to an end.
Bye.
Now
Bye,
it's time to say goodbye to all our company.
I don't know the words of the song, but peace the F out.
Bye.